So it's that time of the week again where we're doing our UFC fight night predictions. Okay, this is not really a fight night, but you get what I'm saying. This time it's UFC 306 O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Just to remind you guys, this is what our predictions leaderboard is saying at the moment. Yes, I know, amazing. Literally, my best predictions is Borrelio versus Cannonier. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Now, I know you guys may be thinking, bro, you make one video a week and it's always a flipping predictions video. When are you going to flipping start making other videos? And I understand. Listen, I don't have much time, but I've been making other videos. I've been making a video about Shavkat. I'm making a video about Islam Makhachev. Stuff like that. Don't worry. You guys just don't worry. Also, I haven't really been editing my recent videos that much. So yeah, sorry for that, but I'll try to make the video as entertaining as possible. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's get straight into the predictions. Anyway, first fight of the night is Raul Rosas Jr. versus Adriki Leng. Okay. So Raul Rosas Jr. Somewhat of a prospect. I don't know if you can really consider him as a prospect. You know, he is very young. He is the youngest ever signing that the UFC has done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 5'9". He is also 9-1 record, whereas Adriki Leng is not amazing record, 25-10. So I don't know what's going on with that. If we look at Raul Rosas Jr.'s record, he won his last two fights. He won his last fight by submission. I think he's very good at submitting people. I'm gonna go with Raul Rosas to win this fight by submission. I think that his submission game is very good, so I think he will beat Adriki Leng in this fight. Also, I swear, if this guy gets the win and he gets the mics and starts saying "gee wee," I'm gonna flipping go to the arena myself and slap him in the face, bro. Am I the only one that finds that jarring as hell, bro? Why is he just screaming "chee wee wees," bro? What the hell is "chee wee wees," bruv? Anyway, enough of that. Next fight is Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van. Again, another sort of former prospect of the flyweight division. He is a small man, isn't he? I don't know why the hell I just said that, but he is like he's even pretty small for flyweight, man. How can you be small for flyweight? That's crazy. Anyway, Edgar Chairez, 11-5 record. He won his last fight via submission. However, notably, he has lost to Tatsuro Taira just over a year ago. Obviously, Joshua Van, he got, I guess, forechecked. I don't really know if that's the right word, but he got KO'd in his last fight by Charles Johnson. So, I don't know what this means. You know, he's a good fighter. He's good at getting KOs and TKOs and stuff like that. You know, I wouldn't really say that he got like fraud checked. I would just say, I would say Joshua Van for the win here, maybe by TKO. But yeah, I think it is a bit peak because I think most of his opponents do have a size advantage on him. But yeah, next fight, Yasmin Jauregui versus Ketlin Souza. You know, I'm just so hyped about this fight. Like, literally, I just can't wait for this fight. You know, I'm just shaking in my boots right now, just thinking about this fight. Like, oh my god. Look, I don't really care. Yasmin Jauregui for the win here. Next fight we have here is actually quite an interesting one. Manuel Torres versus Ignacio Bahamondes. So for you guys that don't know, Ignacio Bahamondes is actually a training partner with Bilal Muhammad. If you guys watched the latest UFC Embedded episode, or if you watched the Joe Rogan podcast that came out like a week ago with Bilal Muhammad in it, you'd see that Bilal Muhammad saying that he's a really good striker, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Manuel Torres has a record of 15 wins and 2 losses. Ignacio Bahamondes 15-5. If we look at Manuel Torres's last few fights, Manuel El Loco Torres, as they call him, that's his nickname. Anyway, he's on a 6-fight win streak. So, and all 6 fights have been stopped by stoppages. If we look at Ignacio Bahamondes, you know, you have to take into consideration his work with Bilal Muhammad. he definitely would have got some good wrestling, maybe. Um, he won his last fight, but he lost the fight before that. So I don't know. It's hard to pick because obviously Manuel Torres is on some crazy win streak and they're all coming by finish. But Ignacio Bahamondes is really good at striking and he has been working with Bilal Muhammad. I'm going to trust Bilal Muhammad. I'm going to go with Ignacio Bahamondes to win this fight. Anyway, let's start speeding up now. I've literally only gone through like 4 fights and we're like 5.5 minutes in. I do not have that kind of storage on my phone. Anyway, next fight, Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. Crazy thing about this fight is one of only two ranked fighters on this whole card. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch my video I made like a week ago about how this card is literally trash compared to like how much Dana White has been hyping it up. But yeah, apart from the championship fights, only this fight and the featured fight, which is Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez, these are the only two that have ranked opponents fighting, which is crazy. Anyway, Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. Irene Aldana 15-7. She won her last fight and then she lost before that to Amanda Nunes. But I mean, again, that is Amanda Nunes after all. Then we have Norma Dumont. She's on a 4-fight win streak, all by decision. So I'm gonna go with Norma Dumont to win this fight. Oh my days! And then we have this fight: Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne on the main event of a Sphere card that Dana White has been hyping up like it's the next UFC flipping 300. Look, I don't understand how this is on the main card. Ode Osborne on the main card of UFC 306. Anyway, Ronaldo Rodriguez, 17-2 record. Ronaldo Lazy Boy Rodriguez, nice nickname, mate. Long win streak, 6-fight win streak. He's only fought once within the UFC though, which is interesting. If you look at Ode Osborne, 12-7 record. Lost his last 2 fights via submission. I think if Ronaldo Rodriguez can get that, ground game going, he has 5 of his wins coming by submission. So, I think he can probably mix it in quite well. Then he could probably submit Ode Osborne. So I'm going to go with Ronaldo Rodriguez to get this done, probably by submission. So yeah. Then we have another fight which I have no idea how it's finessed its way onto the main card of UFC 306. I mean, this one is a bit more acceptable because these are both people with good records. Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovic. Daniel got a 15-1 record. Esteban got a 13-1 record. So somebody's one has to go. No one says that, but anyway, Daniel Zellhuber has won his last 3 fights. Interesting. Okay, Esteban Ribovic has won his last 2 fights. Okay, so he has won his last 2 fights. Zellhuber has won his last 3 fights. Does that mean Zellhuber's gonna win? Obviously not, but Ribovic is coming off of a KO head kick victory in 37 seconds. I'm gonna go with Esteban Ribovic, El Gringo, to get the KO here. And now finally we're actually getting into a high profile fight. This was booked for UFC 303, then Brian Ortega pulled out with 2 hours before the event. Thanks for that, Brian Ortega. Obviously we have the main man, Danny Gay, who came in on short notice and almost won against Diego Lopez, but anyway, that's irrelevant. So now it's been rebooked. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. Brian Ortega, obviously 16-3, former title challenger. He's beaten Cub Swanson, beaten Frankie Edgar, beat the Korean Zombie, and he's coming off of a win against Yair Rodriguez. Granted, he was getting pieced up on the feet, and then he just got a submission, but he's famously lost to Volkanovski, where he had him in some crazy, had Volkanovski in some crazy guillotine, and then somehow Alex. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Listen, but I'm the master of yapping, innit? Obviously, Brian Ortega is kind of, I don't know if you can call him a veteran. He's only 33. Obviously, he's quite famous for having been with a certain Tracy Cortez in the past. Anyway, we don't need to bring that up. Diego Lopez, 25-6. 4-fight win streak. Just came off a win against Danny Gay at UFC 303. Upcoming contender of the featherweight division. So, who do I think is gonna win? That's the real question, guys. That is the real question. Um, I'll keep it simple. I think. Oh, this is actually no. Never mind. I can't keep it simple because this is actually so hard to decide. I would go with. Um, I'm gonna go with Brian Ortega to get a submission here. I can't lie because Diego Lopez isn't as good as people. I don't think he's as good as people say he is. Brian Ortega, obviously, we all know about his jiu-jitsu. So I'm gonna go with Brian Ortega to win this by submission. And then we have the co-main event of the evening, a trilogy fight, as they call it, between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. This is a flyweight title bout. As we both know, these guys have fought twice in the past before. The first time, Alexa Grasso won by submission. Second time, it was a draw, even though Shevchenko kind of got robbed because one of the judges somehow gave the last round a 10-8 to Alexa Grasso, which made the fight a draw. So I don't know, maybe it was match fixed or something. I doubt it, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Alexa Grasso 16-3, Valentina Shevchenko 23-4. Probably the best flyweight in UFC history, I guess. Oh, sorry, as in like women's flyweight I'm talking about. Anyway, this is hard to call because in the last fight it was so close. First fight, obviously, Grasso got the submission. I'm gonna go with Alexa Grasso to win this. I hope I don't regret that, but yeah, I think she's been looking good recently in both ways. No, actually, no, that wait.
Oh,
no,
shut up, Nick.
Anyway, that was weird. She's been looking good in the cage. I think maybe she could get a submission here because she is very good in the ground game. Again, Paul. Oh, wait.
Oh my God, bro.
Alright, bro. Let me just flipping stop talking about that fight. Then we have the main event: Merab Dvalishvili taking on Sean the Marley. Okay. So obviously, striker versus wrestler. This is about as much of a striker versus wrestler matchup as you literally can get within the UFC. One of the best strikers versus one of the best wrestlers. Sean O'Malley, 18-1. Obviously, this guy, every single time someone brings it up, number one copium. Guys, like, genuinely, like, he broke my foot, but like, I did it. Bro, just shut the hell up. You lost, man. Just charge it. Yeah, 18-1 record, 12 KOs, KO artist, I guess. Well, not really KO artist, but he's very good at striking. We've kind of seen a little bit of his ground game. Obviously, he's not a specialist like Merab is. Merab Dvalishvili, his nickname is literally the Machine because this guy has some crazy stamina. He's also on a massive win streak, and in his last 3 fights, he beat Aldo, Yan, and Cejudo. So that is some crazy. That's some crazy resume. Anyway, look, here's what I think. Yeah. If O'Malley strikes and he can stuff Dvalishvili's takedowns, which I doubt he can, but if he can stuff his takedowns, then I think Sean O'Malley will just cruise to a nice victory, or he might get a TKO victory there. But I think if Merab can just stick to his plan, not strike like an idiot, like he said he was gonna do, yeah. If he actually goes for his takedowns and just keeps on taking him down, maybe he can get a submission. I doubt it, but if Merab can just take him down and just keep him there the whole fight, like Bilal did against Leon, I think that's an easy win for Merab. Like I've said before, in my opinion, strikers versus wrestlers, if they both stick to their jobs, I think the wrestler wins every time. So for that reason, I'm actually going to be picking Merab to win this. I'm just hoping he's actually just going to wrestle like he's good at and not try to strike. It's like when flipping Jamal Hill and people try striking against Pereira, say, okay, I'm going to be the one to beat him. Like, bro, you're just not, are you? So yeah, I'm going to go with Merab to win this via unanimous decision. So there you have it. My predictions on the UFC 306 event, Noche UFC, as they call it, aka UFC Sphere. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section down below who you think will win on Saturday night. slash Sunday morning. Um, Also, by the way, yeah, this is completely irrelevant. You guys know this flipping picture on screen. Is it? I swear this picture on screen is kind of weird now. Like, why do they look really weird in this picture? Loads of like people's thumbnails have this weird like filter on it that make their faces look really like, I don't know, just like weird, like this. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Safe.